gross inexcusable negligence. Yan daw ang ifa-file laban sa ating former Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez, at sa dating DPWH Secretary tungkol sa issue ng flood control. At nagkaroon sila ng press con para pag-usapan to at dito titingnan natin yung mga nuances sa mga sinasabi nila at kung may kaso ba sila dito o wala. Ngayon para sa kaalaman ng lahat, I'm a fan of Ombudsman Remulla. I think he's doing a great job. Pero dito sa press con na ginawa niya, medyo nagtataka lang ako sa mga sinasabi niya at kung meron bang basehan talaga to wala. Panoorin natin to.
It's some of it can be attributed to gross inexcusable negligence, if I'm not mistaken. Being the Secretary of Public Works, it was his job to make sure that things happen properly. I think that's one of the recommendations is really to charge them with gross inexcusable negligence. The same case that will be filing against probably under study now, the Speaker of the House, former Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez.
Okay, I'll pause it there muna. So nakita mo yung sinabi niya dito that ito daw yung ifa-file nilang kaso laban sa dating secretary ng DPWH, yung gross inexcusable negligence. Pero binanggit din niya dito na ito din daw ay probably ifa-file din nila kay dating Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez, pero under study. So parang lumalabas dito, hindi pa sila sigurado, titignan nila, pag-aaralan pa nila kung meron ba silang kaso dito o wala. At tingin ko, sinasabi lang nila to dahil nga naririnig nila yung clamor na kailangan daw managot si former Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez dito. At may pupuntahan ba to? Wala. Pakinggan natin yung sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla tungkol sa issue na to.
When we look at the Saldico cases, and the whole pattern that happened, it was really Saldico working with some senators that came up with a final version of the budget. And the plan was laid out there. If fingers do not point to the Speaker, former Speaker, as the leader of the House, he was responsible for the appointment of Saldico. Although Saldico was elected on the floor, everybody knows that it was the Speaker's choice. That's why we have to hold him accountable for that.
Okay, I'll pause it right there. So there were several things na binanggit dito ni Ombudsman Remulla. Unang-una, sinabi niya, it was Zaldico along with some senators that came up with the final version of the budget. So Zaldico lang and nobody else. That's it. Tapos sinabi niya dito, if fingers do not point to the Speaker of the House, kung walang ebidensya na nagtuturo kay Martin Romualdez, hahanapan nila siya ng command responsibility dahil siya daw ang nag-appoint kay Zaldico. Pero at the same time, sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla na hindi naman daw in-appoint si Zaldico dahil elected siya. Alam niyo ba, Ombudsman Remulla, na elected si Zaldico by Congress. At kaya niya sinasabi na appointed daw dahil alam daw ng lahat ng tao that he was the Speaker's choice. Pero he was elected by the body of Congress as a collegial body. So kung tinignan mo yung buong statement ni Ombudsman Remulla, napakaraming mga uncertainties dito at parang sinestretch talaga ni Ombudsman Remulla yung connection ni Zaldico at mapanagot si former Speaker Martin Romualdez. For what reason? I don't know. And I'm sure yung mga DDS are now gonna call me a Romualdez defender. Listen, if there is evidence to point to Martin Romualdez, then dapat makulong din siya. Ang sinasabi ko lang, pag pinapakinggan ko to, ang dami mga nuances tayo na dapat kailangan pakinggan. Unang-una, ulitin ko lang, sinabi niya na si Zaldico lang talaga ang may gawa nito kasama ng mga ilang senador, including Chis Escudero, by the way. Tapos pag tinignan mo yung documentary evidence na napresenta na before, hindi nga nakapirma si Martin Romualdez doon, na nakapirma doon si Chis Escudero at si Zaldico at yung mga iba pang mga senador at mga kongresista. Tapos dito sinasabi nga niya na alam naman niya na hindi naman talaga in-appoint ni Martin Romualdez si Zaldico kasi elected siya by the Congress as a body. At pag tinignan mo yung issue ng gross inexcusable negligence, alam po nyo, nag-a-apply talaga sa mga executive branches. Mahirap po i-apply yung same principle na yan sa isang collegial body tulad ng Kongreso, where it's not the same as an executive body, yung meron kang secretary tapos may mga nagtatrabaho under the secretary. Kasi po ang Kongreso po ay isang collective po yan eh. Tapos sa collective na yan, binoboton lang kung sino yung Speaker of the House sila. Kaya medyo mahirap talaga itong binabalak nila at siya mismo sinasabi nga niya, probably at pag-aaralan pa daw nila. Pero interesting lang na binanggit pa rin niya yung pangalan. So bakit niya binanggit? Kahit na pinag-aaralan pa rin lang nila at probably pa, hindi pa sigurado.
It's a novel theory I know we're crossing the boundary of normal legal theory, but we have to stretch it a bit. Kasi nga, the whole government machinery and the Filipino people suffered damages due to the acts of Saldico. And if there's nothing criminal about it, then it's negligence at least.
So nakita mo dito, sinabi ni Ombudsman Remulla, number 1, na it's a novel theory. Hindi po to usual. Number 2, sinabi niya yung word na it's a stretch. Na talagang sinistretch nila yung idea na to para may managot dito sa mga nangyaring to. And again, dapat talaga may managot. At dito sinabi niya na maraming ang damage due to the acts of Zaldico. At least daw may negligence man lang.
And if there's nothing criminal about it, then it's negligence at least. We have to go there. We have to go we have to tread that path already. That nothing is excusable here.
At dito sinasabi niya that kailangan daw nila pumunta dyan. Kailangan daw talaga. Pero bakit sila kailangan pumunta dyan? Dahil daw nothing daw is excusable anymore dahil sa sobrang lala na nangyaring korupsyon sa ating bansa.
At the least, negligence should be charged against those who were responsible for their offices. Ano yan eh? Leadership principle yan eh. The buck stops with you.
Okay, dito sinabi niya that the buck stops with you kasi nga it's leadership principle. But remember that Congress nga is a collegial body. Kaya iba po yung Congress or even Senate compared to an executive department. But I'll let the legal luminaries be the one to talk about it. Ang sinasabi ko lang dito ay nakikita ko talaga na yung pagpe-press con ni Ombudsman Remulla tungkol dito ay para lang siguro ma-appease sa mga iba't ibang mga political sectors rather than just going for the main culprits dito sa issue ng flood control. Kasi pag tinignan natin yung the way Congress has been acting over the last couple of years, ito nga yung nagustuhan ko sa ginawa ni Romualdez na binanggit ko in my previous videos. Nung ginagawa yung impeachment hearing, hindi siya nakikialam. Hindi nga siya sumisipot sa mga committee meetings. Yung Quadcom, you've never seen him. So he allows each member, each committee chair to do what they can and what they want within their committee chairmanships. So binibigyan niya ng autonomy ang iba't ibang mga committee chairmanships, which is what I like. I like that because that shows that each chair is actually empowered to do their job. Ang problema lang ay yung sa appropriations na inelect si Zaldico, inabuso niya yung kanyang chairmanship. At nakipagsabuatan nga siya sa mga iba't ibang mga senador at mga ibang kongresista to be able to milk the government of all this money, billions. Ngayon, ang tanong dito ay kung meron bang kaso for gross inexcusable negligence in this case or not. So I will leave that in the comment section sa ibaba. Isulat niyo yung komento niyo kung tingin ba niyo merong gross inexcusable negligence dito na pwedeng sampahan against former Speaker Martin Romualdez o wala. At para sa akin, I want to see where he is planning to stretch this, how far is he willing to take it, at itong novel idea niya na to, saan ba ang pagtutunguhan nito? But at the end of the day, I'm just laying out all the facts. You be the judge.